what's up guys? So as you may know, Apex in the most recent update has added this new custom reticle feature, which is nice. It's really nice to have that option in game. However, it is a little bit limited. So for example, if you try to do a number that it does not recognize as safe, it will tell you unsafe color, whatever. So there's a way around that, and that is by editing your config. Now, it's been about a week since the update released at the time that I'm recording this. So you may have already seen on Twitter or on YouTube, people are showing how to do this. Now, I thought about how to record this video, and I realized that it's probably best for me to just go ahead and upload the files for you guys. So I'm going to be giving you guys my personal Autoexec, which is going to include everything you need for the reticle colors, as well as pretty much everything I've talked about in previous videos. So the tap strafe keybinds, as well as some other stuff in there. And it's all commented, pretty easy to understand. One thing that I have set up in there is that I actually have keybinds that allow you to swap between 3 different reticle colors on the fly. So here you can see these are the 3 that I have in there by default, but I also have a whole list of different colors. So I have this whole list of all these different color codes that you can try. And I have all these different keybinds. So by default, the F2 key is going to be swapping between these different reticle colors, as well as there's an optional one that will switch you to black or white with black. And that, obviously, the main reason for that, if you haven't seen, is that with the Wingman iron sight, there's basically no reticle. And again, you can swap between these on the fly, which is very handy. So this is gonna be a really easy setup, since I basically have everything done for you. But just to quickly cover a couple things, so anything that you have in this Autoexec that you don't want, you're just going to put 2 slash marks ahead of it. And that's just going to make it not run. And if there's anything that has those slash marks, so I have some optional stuff in there, you just delete those and save, and then it'll work. So just to kind of cover a couple of them. So we have the 120 FOV, of course. We have our velocity display, which is up in this corner. So you can actually see how fast you're moving. That's very helpful. And we have some optional keybinds, like for example, you can toggle between open mic. If you don't want to hold down your push talk, you can basically just have a toggle key for it. You can have it so that your melee key will actually holster your weapons if you hold it, which is kind of nice. Kind of like Battlefield if you've played those games. And obviously, if you don't use mouse 3 for melee and you want those keybinds, you would just replace it with whatever melee key you use, like F or whatever. And then if you don't want to use the keybinds to swap between your reticle color, if you just want to have a static one, you can put it in here. And that's pretty much it for that. There's a few more things, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Now, just to quickly cover the other 3 files in this folder. So you have 3 different reticle files to switch between. Theoretically, if you wanted to make more to swap between, you could just like copy paste, name this reticle 4. And then what you would do is you would go into reticle 3 and you would just do execute reticle 4. Right, and then reticle 4, you would make sure that one's executing reticle 1, so it goes in a loop. Pretty simple. And then if you want to change the colors that are in here, just go ahead and like copy any of these codes. Like say I want the first one to execute a yellow. Just copy that over to here. Boom, save it, done. All good. All right, now for the actual setup. So I'm gonna have the link in the description. You're just gonna go ahead and download this. So you're gonna click on here, you can click download. It's gonna zip it. You can save that wherever. And once you have that downloaded, you're gonna go to your Steam library. You're gonna right click, manage, browse local files. If you're on Origin, you're just gonna have to go to like your, I think it's gonna be C program files x86, Origin games, and then it would be Apex in there. You go to your CFG, and you're just gonna extract the files into here. If you have like 7-zip or something, you can just like right click and do extract here. But if you're just opening with like Windows Explorer, if you don't have any custom like zip manager, it would just look like this, and you would hit extract all, and it's gonna extract it to this folder. Just go ahead and copy those files over to here. I already have these files, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah, so just make sure that the actual CFG files end up in your CFG folder. You don't want to have any subfolder. So then one more step that you're gonna have to do is in your Steam library or in Origin. Basically works the same way, so I'm just gonna show Steam. You're just gonna right click, go to properties, and you're gonna add +exec Autoexec in here. That's gonna make sure you launch it. Again, just make sure your Autoexec file is within the CFG file and not within a subfolder. But yeah, this is gonna be way easier than teaching you guys how to like make it from scratch. All you have to do is just download it yourself, and you just have to put it in there, and then you're good. So again, you have by default these 3 colors to switch between, but I gave you a whole long list for stuff to try. So enjoy.